Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 54, and we'll send you now to Miami, standing by to call their fourth Super Bowl together. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. With my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this may be, I don't know, the most unlikely Super Bowl run we've seen in a long time. You think about it, the Bengals had not won a playoff game since January of 1991, yet here they are, the AFC champs.
And sometimes you just get on a good run, and it works out very well for you. But remember, they've been to the Super Bowl twice in their history prior. Super Bowl 16 and 23. Unfortunately, they ran into who both times?
That's Joe Montana, right?
Right, and the 49ers. And the second time in the exact same stadium we're in today, right here in Miami. So here's their chance for redemption, trying to get that done. And they had their chances before. Boomer Esiason was their quarterback. Ickey Woods running the football. But now this team, they have a chance to write their own history in this big game.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their fifth win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for second all-time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you talk about titles, and you mentioned Titletown, they've won 13 championships overall when you count all the NFL titles prior to the Super Bowl era.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. They'll have a first down past the 40. They finally do get him down, but we've got penalty flags on the field as well, and they might get 15 more out of this. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works out.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
And as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up.
Right now, we're all even. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. On first down, Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. First down, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys have now moved out in front. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got Green. And they work this out past the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them. And we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things. Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's caught inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On first down, Mixon. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
We pick it up 2nd quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Switch, switch, switch.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner? And you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
2 yards, good enough for a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Green brings it in. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running left, it's Mixon. Oh, the hurdle. Oh. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd there to make the grab. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. The end result, 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he is inching closer to that 100-yard mark.
And that's the goal. That's the benchmark that every runner in the NFL is trying to get to. And he's locked in on it pretty well right now.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll drop the throw. Finding Green complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
And A.J. Green, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now back to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. He's going to air it out deep for Green. It's caught at the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us?
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
On play action, they'll throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. B.J. Goodson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score... Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues.
50, Mike 50. Wild Bill.
On first down, Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. Bulldozes past him. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
They'll give it to Mixon. Still on his feet. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Zadarius Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything.
Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Super Bowl's over. The season is coming to a close. But before we usher you into the offseason, it's time for another edition of Believe It or Not.
Yeah!
Hey!
Let's go.
Guys,
Yeah.
the first time ever a rookie quarterback started and won the Super Bowl. Schrager, believe it or not, this kid is a legit franchise quarterback.
I hate to be dismissive of you or the segment, Kate. Of course, yes, he just won a Super Bowl as a rookie. I think he's not only the franchise quarterback for now, but we're talking 10, 15 years. It was unbelievable what he just did.
Kyle?
I had some doubts back in April. It's a really good look for me right now. But yeah, I mean, the guy's incredible. They struck gold in the draft. They found their franchise guy, Nate. This is it.
100%. We saw this dude go from college backup to NFL elite in one season. Listen, if his rookie season is any indication of what things are to come, oh yeah, it's going to get even better.